I get asked all the time in lessons, what are 3 simple drills I can do to instantly improve my ball striking, help me compress the ball, and help me hit it just like the guys on tour? Well, today I'm gonna give you 3 of the simplest drills I can give anybody that you can do at home, you can do on the golf course, and you'll instantly become a better ball striker. So be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications to stay tuned for more videos. Okay, so for the first drill, all you're gonna need is a simple alignment stick. I've talked about these in previous videos. You've heard other instructors talk about them. You can get this at like your local hardware store, grocery store, anything. You're just gonna lay it down. We want it to act almost as like our ball position guide right now. So we're just gonna put it in line with the golf ball here. We're gonna stand on it, and this is a good way to check your ball position as well. For a 7-iron, I generally say I want you a club head plus a golf ball away. And then I'm gonna set up to this golf ball, but more importantly, this is just a simple line drill. Where do I want contact to happen with the ground? Well, we want contact to compress our irons like the Tour Pros. We want contact with the ground to happen after this stick. If contact happens before this stick, we're in trouble, right? So what are some things that essentially cause you to hit behind the line? Well, a few of them could be just from setup, right? Maybe you set up with the golf ball maybe too far forward, right? That's going to put your sternum and your belt buckle too far behind the golf ball. And then as you come into impact, maybe you don't shift into your left side enough. Maybe you stay back here and you hit the ground back there. Well, maybe you're someone that doesn't necessarily hit the ground, but you hit a lot of thin shots. So a thin and a chunk are caused by the exact same thing. It's low point. Low point is something that essentially it stands for where does the lowest part of your divot occur? Does it occur after the golf ball or before the golf ball? And how far after or how far before? Well, a chunk and a thin shot are actually caused by the same thing. So if I'm back here and I have too much weight on my back foot, my sternum and belt buckle bottom out, let's say 6 inches behind the golf ball. Say I accidentally move down too much, my knee collapses. I'm going to make ground contact here, and the deepest part's gonna occur at that 6-inch mark. Now, let's say I keep my knee up, right? Let's say I move up like this to avoid the ground. Well, the deepest part is still at that 6-inch mark, and I'm hitting that ball on the upward swing, which is gonna catch that golf ball maybe at the equator, maybe on top of the golf ball, if you're someone who tops the golf ball a lot. So that's one of the main causes. So the whole issue here is a thing called we call low point. Where is impact happening with the ground, before or after the golf ball? Another super common thing I see is people get into impact and their arms look like this. So they pull their arms apart, or pull it not apart, they pull their arms up, and that kind of makes them do this motion. So I don't necessarily need the arms to be perfectly straight at the moment of impact, but we cannot have the arms looking like this. You'll see guys like Brooks Koepka, Jordan Spieth, there's some other ones out there that have a slightly bent lead arm. That doesn't really mean anything. That doesn't mean they're a bad ball striker. They're great ball strikers. So what we want to imagine in that sense is your arms and your shoulders make a pizza slice. So here's this edge, here's the crust, and here's the other edge. And I just want to feel like at impact, I keep this pizza slice. I almost like push the pizza slice further away to make sure I elongate it and keep that extended as long as I can. I don't want to feel like I break the pizza slice. So super simple. Let's feel like we keep that pizza slice intact. Let's not feel like we pull the pizza slice and break it. That's kind of the idea we want. Okay, so now let's talk about drill 1 that you're going to use this stick for. Now that we have an understanding of why the chunk or why the thin or even the top shot occur, let's start talking about the drill we're going to be doing here. So when I set up to this golf ball, I'm going to feel like I make all my ground contact happen after this line. You can actually even put something up there. Like I've had some students put like a penny up there, a quarter, a dime, anything. You set up, maybe put it a few inches ahead, and you want to feel like you're going to hit that afterwards, right? So you're just simply making swings and trying to feel where's the contact happening after. Now, I'm hitting on a mat right now in our teaching facility. I can't necessarily see a divot, but I can see where this is hitting the ground. It's kind of raising up the turf a little bit. Now, if I hit way back here, I can see it kind of raise up there and I can feel it. So you just want to focus on a point maybe a few inches in front and try to hit that. That's the feel we want to create. The way we're going to do that, it's a whole separate issue, right? So the way we're going to do that, we're going to get set up. Maybe we're going to check our ball position. So we're about a club head plus a golf ball away. From there, in our setup position, we want to feel like as the club is ascending, we feel like we are pushing into our lead foot more. We're going to feel like we actually fall that way or move this way. I tell some students, like juniors all the time, like feel like you're squashing a bug, so you're just pushing more pressure into it. You don't want to like put all your weight over here, but you want to feel like you push more pressure into it. So again, that's as the club's going up, we're going to push left. Another way you could think about it, get your belt buckle and your sternum. So here I have like a zipper or where the mic is. I want to feel like as I'm going up, I then get my belt buckle and the microphone in front of the line or on the target side of the line. That's going to give me a lot better shot to hit the ground after the line as opposed to before the line. So this goes back to separate videos where I talk about, pressure shifting and using the ground properly. That's going to help you as well. If you haven't watched those videos, I'll link it up here so you can click on that and then come back to this video. So be sure to feel like as the club's going up, we're pushing into that lead side. And then just super simple, you can do this at home. You can do this on the range. You can do this anytime, right? You can even imagine a line and just feel like you're striking after it. All right, so drill number 2. All you're gonna need for this one is a towel. And to level it up even more, we're gonna start with just the towel, but to level it up to level 2, we'll say, we're gonna use a head cover. So just to start, I'm gonna throw the head cover to the side. You guys may have seen this drill before, but I just wanna take this towel, I wanna lay it down, and I wanna feel like the towel is about a club head away from that golf ball. This is much like the line drill we just used. Actually, you could even have the line here just to give you a reference. So all these drills you could almost add together, right? So I'm gonna set up in here, and my whole goal is just simply, I want to miss the towel. Someone that, realistically like hits behind it a lot or tops it a lot, they're actually gonna bottom out back here and hit this. So you can see weights back here, my arms kind of broke down. So again, the feel here is we just wanna feel like as the club's going up, we're gonna push left, we're gonna get our sternum, and we're gonna get our belt buckle in front or on the target side of the golf ball. And then from there, I can just turn down through the shot. I don't wanna feel like as I come down, I have too much weight back here and I'm trying to save it. It's too late at that point. A lot of people tell me, I'm like, hey, when do you feel like you should be pushing into that left foot? Well, a lot of people tell me they want to feel like they're pushing into their left foot at about club parallel to the ground. It's already way too late. There's not enough time. You're never gonna actually be able to get over there. You actually need to feel like as the club goes up, you then push left. So it's actually as the club's ascending that you need to fall to the left or recenter the pelvis, we could call it. So as you get set up here, maybe take some practice swings, right? Just maybe some small swings to start, trying to miss the towel. Imagine that sticks on the ground or you can throw it on the ground. Then you're just gonna set up to some. We're just gonna try to make some swings and avoid hitting the towel. This is probably one of like the easiest drills that anybody could do to help them play better golf and become a better ball striker. You've probably seen this drill. It's just one of the best ones, one of the simplest. You can do this at home, on the range, anywhere. Okay, so now level 2, let's level it up a little bit. Let's put this at the back of the towel here, right? You might wanna lay it down a little bit. This is too big of a head cover actually. So again, I wanna feel like I'm a club head away. So I'm gonna get set up in here. I'm gonna make sure I'm about a club head away, so get a little bit closer. So the reason this is here, you could potentially miss the towel but still hit behind it because you're coming in potentially so shallow and avoiding the ground, and then you still thin the ball. So what this is gonna get you to do, you may have to feel like you hinge the club a little earlier in the takeaway and then feel like you maintain that angle on the way down. So what I'm gonna feel here, rather than just feeling like I take it back like normal where I'd hit that, I might feel like I hinge it a little earlier so the club goes up a little more. I create this angle with my wrists here and then I turn through the shot, still pressure shifting on the left. So I'm gonna feel like I pick it up and then turn through it. And there you can see I even hit it a little bit on the backswing, but I avoided the towel. So mission accomplished. This head cover's a little bit too high for the drill I'm trying to do here. You kind of want to get one that lays a little bit flatter than that, where you don't have to feel like you're picking the club straight up in the air. But that's kind of the idea we're trying to create with this. Create more of a descending blow into the golf ball so we can hit ball first, ground after. Okay, so drill number 3. In this one, there's a few different things you can use. It depends on what you have available. So I have a head cover, I have this little foam pad that I'm probably gonna use because I'm inside, and then we also have a golf ball we're gonna use. So I'm gonna set the head cover down. I'm gonna show you with the foam pad first, what I would use for a client in here that's taking a lesson with me. So I'm gonna have them get set up, right? And then if we like imagine what we wanna look like at impact, like pull up any Tour Pro, right? What do they look like at impact? Well, it's gonna be something like this. Their handle's gonna be forward, their pressure's gonna be left, and the pressure on their right foot's gonna be on the inner part of their foot, not on the outside, but it's gonna be kicked in, their right knee's gonna be kicked in. So I actually want to almost preset them into impact. So I'm gonna go here, push the handle forward. I'm gonna have this foot lift up a little bit, and I'm actually gonna place this under my foot. So then as I get set up in here, I'm gonna kick my knee in, I'm gonna push the hands forward, I'm gonna hit small little shots just like this, so I'm presetting into impact. So all we're doing is thinking below the hips what's happening, right? So I'm here, I'm presetting impact, I'm just gonna make little swings and try to work on hitting ball first contact. The way we're gonna do that, you need to feel like your pressure gets left. You need to feel like the pressure stays on the inner part of your foot. And something to level this up, I actually like to feel like as you come down, you actually relieve pressure off that. You almost like push off of it. And your finish, right? You wanna feel like you completely finish off of it, right? So now, do you have a little foam pad like this? Probably not. If you do, definitely use it. If you don't, a few things you can use. One would be a head cover. So if you're inside, right, or it doesn't matter, or on mats, you'll take this, you'll get set up, you'll preset yourself into impact, lift that foot up, put this under there, and you wanna feel like as you hit it, right, you hit it, and then at the end, the kind of unravels, right, so it jumps up there. Same exact feel with that foam pad. Now, say you don't wanna use your head cover, say you have a really nice head cover. Then what you can do, this would be used for outside. I'll demonstrate it in here, but what you'd want to do, get set up in the same position, preset, and then you'd want to take a golf ball and kind of put it there, and you'd actually want to squish it halfway into the ground. I can't really do this one in here, but turn your foot in, the ball should be halfway in the ground, and same idea. You're just going to try to make little swings, preset into impact, hip to hip, and then turn off the golf ball. That's the feel we're looking to create. We're just simply presetting an impact and kind of getting ourselves in the position we want to be. Okay, so bonus drill. I didn't know if I was going to put this in or not, but my friends over at GravityFit have this awesome training aid that I use in almost every single golf lesson. So it goes on kind of like a backpack. Then you're going to stretch your hands out. And the feel here is at impact, like I talked about, every player gets down here and their arms break down, so they relieve pressure on this band. You want to feel like you're keeping the pressure, extending the pressure almost, feeling like you're stretching this band out to maintain that angle or maintain that pizza slice that I talk about. So this is a lot for extension. So not only extension at impact, but you can also use it for extension on the way back. If you want to pick this up, I have it linked in the description below, and you can save a little bit of money by using the discount code I have. If you don't have this, you can get an exercise band, a lightweight one, kind of wrap it around your back and make small swings with it. This thing's just built specifically for golf, and I think it's one of the best training aids you can get. So we're gonna set up here, I have my pizza slice. I feel the tension I have created in this band. I'm gonna feel like I increase that tension on the way back, feel like I increase the tension on the way through, and then same thing on the way through impact. What you should have gotten from today's video is 3 super simple drills that you can do anywhere, anytime. You can do it at your house, you can do it on the course, you can do it anywhere. 3 super simple drills. And to give you a little bonus drill with one of my favorite training aids. Again, that training aid, the GravityFit, it's in my description below if you'd want to pick one up. They're one of the best training aids out there. I can't recommend them enough. Be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when the next video is coming. I look forward to seeing all of you guys there.